Good morning, Callisto Grand.
Love it.
Yeah, good morning. It looks like I'm not visible, but anyway, good morning, credit controllers, cash foxes, and coffee clubbers. Let's kick off your Thursday. This is the first credit control espresso in history, so cross fingers we don't screw it up. I'm Stefan, streaming live from Hamburg in Germany. With me today is Mark, founder and CEO of Callisto Grant. Good
Very good
morning,
morning.
sir.
Hello, sir, and I'm from very snowy Budapest this morning.
Ah, good.
Okay, we seem to have lost you, but I'm sure you'll be back in a moment.
Absolutely.
We will crack on.
Any intro words from your end, Mark?
Yeah, I think we'll. Shall we start with a bit of a joke?
Right. Oh, that's a good idea. Someone told me it's the best way to start a session by just starting with a joke, right?
Yes, why not? So here we go then. So we got a credit controller who's very keen on hot air ballooning, and so they're up there in their hot air balloon, and it's quite a windy day, and they're sailing along.
I already like it.
Got a little bit lost. I'm not quite sure where they are. There's lots of fields, and they can't really kind of work out where they are. Going along, and they see a guy down below, and so they, I'll ask for some directions, right? So they let some gas out the balloon, go down a bit lower, shout down to the fella on the ground. They said, "Excuse me," and he says, "Hello, yes," and said, "I'm a little bit lost. Could you tell me where I am?" And the guy on the ground says, "Yes, you are 14.3 meters above my house." And I thought, oh, okay. So he says, "Would you by any chance be an accountant?" And he says, "Yes, I am. How can you tell?" He says, "Because your information is absolutely accurate, but not particularly helpful to me."
That's a nice one. I'm afraid we lost some of the attendees from the accountancy side now, but never mind. Good joke is worth everything. This is a good transition into our next topic, which is KPIs. And you just said something that's about measurement. So let's talk about KPIs. And first of all, I have to say I really love this Tom Fishbone cartoons, the weekly ones. This is one of my favorites, actually. And it's referring to KPIs and dashboards using these KPIs. And if you can't read it, it's just saying here, yeah, this is our new dashboard. It has all of the different KPIs we can track now. And then the lady is asking, what's that KPI trending to 0 in the lower right corner? And then he's saying, well, it measures how well we understand them all. And maybe this is a good transition. To hand over to Mark to talk about KPIs. What's your view on KPIs, Mark?
Yeah, I think I love these cartoons as well, and I think this is very kind of appropriate, really. And there's a lot of measures, and even more so now as we're really advancing in technology with dashboards and so on, which are revealing huge amounts of data in very quick time. But the important thing is really the critical thing about KPIs is understanding them for what they are, but also being able to interpret them and do something with them. That's the most important thing, right? It's all very well saying, our overdues are at 25% or whatever it is. That's a snapshot without context, right? But then you got the most important thing about any data is you got to know what to do with it, how to react to it, right? And I think one of the main things about dashboards is don't take any one in isolation. Right, I think that's always the often that's a mistake that's made. You could look at DSO, let's say, on its own, but without really understanding what DSO is, what it means, how it's calculated, its pluses and minuses, the context in any particular country. It's just a number in isolation. It needs a lot of other info to go with it.
Yeah, maybe it's a good idea to be a little bit more specific and take a look at a few examples. So you just mentioned DSO. Maybe that's the most common one that's used everywhere, maybe in different versions. But Mark, maybe some some words on these examples? Or
Yeah, I mean, we pick on DSO because that's that's one that's mentioned frequently. I know from personal experience and my own operational experience is that to kind of measure real success, I always tend to look at the percentage overdue, right? So because to my way of thinking, you know, as an operational credit control manager, if we got zero overdue, that's the best that we can do. Now, whether that's on 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120-day terms, that's for other people to decide, you know, for the contracts and the sales and so on to decide the payment terms. And that's an example of kind of saying, you know, that comparing DSO and overdues, you know, you can have zero overdues and a DSO of 120. Now, somebody might look at that and go, my God, that's terrible, right? But without knowing the context that those are the average payment terms in this particular country or in this particular industry. So 120 is good, right? If you understand the context of it, right? So, but the DSO and CEI, they are subject to variations, you know, fluctuations in sales, seasonal, you know, any seasonal kind of variations as well, which might improve or reduce the overdue. It could also be down to credit policy or company policy. You know, like we've just gone through Christmas time where a lot of companies upsell massively before year end, which, you know, can seriously skew the results. But then you see the real effect of that in quarter 1 the following year, right? So it's all about balance and mix and so on. And I think the cartoon you showed earlier was spot on, really, saying, yep, great, okay, we got these wonderful dashboards. We just spent $1 million implementing a new tech system. I don't really know what we're looking at here, you know, which is why you need highly skilled credit control people to interpret them and to work on them.
And I think some of the KPIs are not just, let's say, important from a credit control point of view, more from a general or let's say business or especially finance point of view, from shareholder perspective. Maybe you have examples for that as well.
Yeah, I think DSO, we'll stay with that because I know when I talk about this in our training and so on, and I ask people, you know, what their interpretation of DSO is, and many of them say we don't really use it, you know, and that's fine. You know, from an operational point of view, that's okay. But what isn't understood is often that DSO is one of the key indicators from the stock exchange. You know, shareholders, investors, they are going to look at DSO because, quite rightly, if they're going to sink several $1 million or euros into your company, they want to know how quickly you're turning your money around, right? So DSO, you know, you can be sitting in your shared service center or, you know, your business in Prague or Hamburg or Budapest or wherever, but you've actually got a hotline to Wall Street or Frankfurt or London stock exchanges, right? So you never underestimate the value of DSO, or if you're an accounts payable, DPO, or, you know, because these are the high working capital, of course, is another huge one, right? So cash flow cycles, these are all what investors and shareholders look at, and this is what, you know, really represents the strength of a company on a global scale.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think in a nutshell, we can agree on what's on the lower side of this slide here, saying that KPIs themselves don't improve credit control. It's how you use them does, right? There's a reason for taking a closer look into KPIs. I'm talking about KPIs because this will be the main topic of the next Credit Control Coffee Club. And this brings me to our next section, what's up in January. So we will, in January, have, again, 2 short formats, this Credit Control Espresso format. Next one is already on next Thursday, 8 a.m. We will learn from the mistakes we did today, for example, with my camera. And then on the 22nd of January, it's Credit Control Coffee Club. This is the full hour version, and we will dive deeper into KPIs. And we'll ask you. It will be more interactive, like the live stream, because it's a webinar kind of style. So we can involve you, include you, hear what your thoughts about, and yeah, would be great if you can even share some things already in the comments. The event is already in LinkedIn, and just send us your email address so that we can send you the login details for that. And yeah.
I said, you got to see how that was an impressive segue. So we did a little bit of talk on KPIs, and then here we are segueing straight into the coffee club. I mean, that's an impressive segue. Seamless. I'm impressed.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, of course, there will be another credit control espresso on the last Thursday in January, and we will by then have the full first quarter schedule ready to share with you. And of course, I think we should talk about credit matters, right?
Well, we should, but just before we move on, must also, as you were saying about the schedule we have for each month, if you just go back to the previous one, you'll see at the top there, and in our introduction, we had our Beethoven's Fifth of ... which is representing 3 short sessions and 1 long session in each month, right? So we didn't just throw this thing together. We've been working on
all the little details. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the main reason is to have this short format, just to teaser the long format, right? To share with you what's up, and even get your feedback on what could be even more important to share during the full blown version on every third Thursday in a month. But now it's Credit Matters time.
Credit Matters. Let's go on to the showcase of Callisto Grand, our annual conference. This year, we're going to be in Budapest on May 13 to 15. The information, this is our website landing page. So please go to callistogrand.com and to the Credit Matters 14 section, and you'll see all the highlight information on the landing page, including the important part of registration. There you are. If you click on go onto the QR code, it will take you to this page, right? Just from a quick promo point of view, we've extended the early bird registration through to the end of January for credit card payments, right? So please have a look. Love to see you there. It brings together more than 200 credit control professionals from around about 60 different companies, 15 different countries. So people are coming from all over Europe. It's a great way to network, to build the community, to share experiences. And really, this is the key part of technology, AI, digitization, and project success, is sharing your experiences with your peers. So please join us. And we're really looking forward to seeing you. And we'll be, if you follow, and also follow us on LinkedIn, which I think is our next.
Yeah, maybe just a few words on the venue place, because as far as I've figured out, that's really nice, right? And it's in the middle of the river there, right?
Yeah. It's we're on the very beautiful Margaret Island. It's just down it's an island literally in the Danube, a little bit up the river from the famous scenes of the Parliament and the castle. It's a very beautiful set. It's basically a huge park in the middle of the island. The hotel itself is very nice. It's got swimming pools and saunas, and it's actually a wellness hotel too. So that's in addition to the hard work of being at the conference. You can relax and enjoy before and after. But we have a packed agenda, including awards and gala evenings and about 40 different presentations, and there's more going to come. We're still working on the program.
Okay. Really, I think that's enough for today. It's the espresso format, so we don't have much time. If you do not follow us on LinkedIn, please do so. This is the QR to get straight to the LinkedIn page of Callisto Grant. And become a credit control influencer in the Callisto Grant credit control community. That's what it's all about, right? So,
indeed.
Any famous last words before we?
Well, just one more thing I'd like to add. We focused on January. On February the 6th, we're doing a situation room workshop in London with our partners, My DSO Manager. We're doing that as well. Packed agenda to come. This was the first of many. Thank you for joining us. follow us on LinkedIn. Please share your comments with us. Anything you'd like us to add to this and other events, we'd love to see you. And yeah, I think we're good for now. We will go finish our coffee and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you, Mark. And yeah, enjoy the last sip of your espresso and see you next week. Bye.
Cheers.